right, thanks everybody for coming out. The snow stopped and looks like it turned out to be a nice clear day, a little cold. So Joe Schessel, the Director of Parks and Recreation, and I wish we could have provided you a little better park cleanliness today, but Mother Nature threw us a curveball last month. But what's behind me here is taking that in the right direction, so we're really happy about that. We have several speakers this afternoon to talk about various perspectives of this art piece that you see behind me here today. And we are going to hear from them in just a moment. But before I turn the mic over, I want to recognize some staff on the city that worked pretty hard on this project. So on the Parks and Facilities crew, I don't see any of them here, but we have Nick and Tim and Johnny and Lucas who worked hard on this pad and to install the sculpture yesterday. And a couple of crew from the Public Works side of the house, Mike Coleman and Farron Baker in the back here. Wave your hands. The speakers today are coming to us from the Parks and Recreation Commission, from the City Council, from the Arts Commission, from the library and the artists themselves. So the first person we'll hear from is Greg Jones. And Greg, come on up.
Thank you, Joe, and welcome everybody. This was an exciting endeavor and cooperative agreement between the Parks and Recreation Commission and the Arts Commission. And we couldn't have done it without the support of staff members, specifically Nancy Dorn and Don Byrne of the Commission. And we're really excited for future collaborative efforts between the Arts Commission and the Parks, because this is just a perfect example of the types of things that we can do as a community and as a city. And so again, I'd like to thank everybody for their endeavors in this respect, and I'll turn it over to Dave.
Thanks, Greg. First, I'd like to recognize a couple of my council members here. Phil Limley is here, and Terry Christensen. The future of art in John Dam Plaza is no longer a plan, but a reality. I'm proud of the vision and partnership of all of the people who have worked to include arts in the transformation of John Dam Plaza. This includes the Arts Commission, the Parks Commission, the City Council, along with the guidance of our City Manager, Cindy Johnson. Art is very important in the community as it adds interest and attractions to our area. Art helps to define a community's unique characteristics and brings the community to life both in color and creation. It adds to our quality of life we have here in Richland. John Dam Plaza is the jewel of the Central Business District. The goal of the Central Business District is to create a more walkable community, and having art in the public spaces like this adds to that. John Dam Plaza has blossomed into a popular gathering place for residents and visitors to enjoy meals, concerts, movies, public rallies, and now to admire art installations such as C.J. Wrench's thought-provoking Jump. In the John Dam Master Plan, a designated area was designed for art. The dedication of this art will be the first art installation for that plan. With the amount of excitement that this piece has generated, more art pieces will follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. I'm Stephanie Hartwig. I'm the Richland Arts Commission chairperson. And as Greg mentioned, one of the exciting things about this particular project is that it was the result of a collaborative effort between Parks and Rec and the Arts Commission, city staff, and the representatives from the library. And I'd like to recognize two of the Arts Commission members who are here today, Chuck Eaton and Ellen Tomaszewski. Raise your hands. What is particularly exciting about this piece is that not only did the collaborative effort contribute to its success, but I think it also contributed to a greater awareness and support for the importance of public-private partnerships and collaborative efforts to that can work to benefit the city from the standpoint of integrating arts into this community. And so we were pretty excited about that. One of the other things I wanted to recognize was the fact that this piece was made possible through the Hotel Motel tax fund, without which we would not be able to have been able to bring this public art piece and others to the city. So we're pretty excited about having that as a resource. for arts in this community. And one of the things that the Commission is going to be working toward in the future as a result of the collaborative efforts here is to try to work towards greater public-private partnerships with businesses in the community that can then provide support for additional public art pieces, performing arts, and basically just support cultural activities in the city. And finally, I'd like to recognize Pam Bykonen for her efforts on this project. Not only did she help us identify the artist who's going to be up speaking next, but she was also instrumental in making this happen. So thank you, Pam. And with that, I would like to bring up C.J. Wrench to speak a little bit about his piece.
Once again, I'd just like to give a thank you to everybody involved in making this possible. There's been a lot of talk about it so far, everybody up here. As an artist who does this for a living, I have to tell you, these guys were amazing. It has been an easy process from the beginning to the end, so although you've heard everyone speaking about this so far, from my perspective, I just wanted to really big hand of applause for the Parks and Rec, for the city guys that helped yesterday, especially for Pam Bykonen, who championed the whole thing and made this one of the easiest installations I've ever done. So thank you all for all that. As some of you probably know by now, I was actually a student here at Carmichael Junior High. I went on to be a Richland Bomber, class of '85. So it's an honor to have a little piece of me back in Richland. This piece behind me titled Jump, I'm sure the abstract forms get your imaginations going, and that's what they're supposed to do. But Jump, the inspiration for it was, if you look on top, there's an abstract figure who's actually jumping off the piece of all these different possibilities. And below him, there's actually an abstract symbol that greatly resembles water. When I was here at Richland, I was really tied in, and still to this day tied into the water, not too far downstream still, 2.5 hours in Hood River. So the connection for me having this piece here in Richland is just a bit profound, because Richland was my jump-off point when I graduated high school and went on to find out what I wanted to do in the world, as well as the connection to the water. And the rest of the pieces, what I hope for all public works is it starts the conversation of art in a community and what art means to a community and people's beliefs in different art type. So the remaining forms, I'm going to leave up to your imagination. But thank you for everything. I hope the conversation begins today.